Hello! Welcome to Ivana's Noshk Life. It's been a bit over a month since I started to working as a data scientist at a new job, a new company, new people. I started to commute into Oslo, that is like 4 hours by train per day. Now I'm actually traveling only 3 times a week. Today I was working from home because I got my second dose of vaccine, and that's why I needed to work from home. I want to keep talking on the topic about job application process, but this time I want to talk about salary negotiation in Norway. And the next video I will actually talk a bit more on the level of the salary, so which salaries do we have, or where you can find a bit more information like for different groups of salaries. But this I will not present on this video, so if you're interested in this content, I'm waiting for you next week. But for now, I want to talk more specifically on the negotiation of the salary, an example of myself, and what my friends and Norwegian friends recommended to do and what I learned from here. So let's start the vlog. I want to show you a bit my office setup at home. It's nothing fancy and it's not that clean, but still I think it's could be interesting for you. So how I work from home. So this is a small guest room that we don't use it in everyday life. And this is my office place. So I have a computer here. I'm recording now my videos for YouTube. I'm drinking tea. My supplies, this is my home computer where I do all editing of the videos, and here where typically guests are sleeping, and this is the view. Here I like to write some notes and just to think, and that's all. And here is like some storage space that is not cleaned at all, and my chair. So this is how I am working at home. So when you start applying for a new job in Norway, the recruiters can ask you a question, and typically they actually do it. Everyone who contacted me, like who responded on my application, they always ask like, what salary level do you expect or do you want, or something like that. And why they're asking this question is because when the company hires them to find a candidate or to find a new person, they have a limited range of like budget for that person, and for them it's very critical to not spend too much time on the people who want a salary outside of this range provided by the company, and that's why they're asking you. And today we are not going to talk about how to answer this question. Maybe I will help you to establish a negotiating point in the next video, because it's a topic of itself. But I also want to explain first how to use the information that will be provided later. So, or maybe you already know. So for instance, for me, what has happened when I knew that when the offer will be given to me, there will be a next stage, it's negotiation. Negotiation is when you read your contract and you start asking questions, or asking something like, can this be changed, or can you add this, or what means that? So before signing a contract, you have a possibility to contact your employer, future employer, and ask some questions and also negotiate the salary. For me, negotiation of the salary was happening in an interesting way. So what has happened to me? A recruiter has called me and said that the company wants to hire me, and before they have sent me a contract, he asked me again. So because he asked me on the first meeting, but then also he asked me again, so what salary do I really want? And then at this point, what I did what my friends recommended. And my friends recommended me a very interesting strategy. So when the company proposes you some money, some salary, you need to try to try at least, because I will tell you a story why to try, at least to add 20,000-30,000 on top of that. Some people maybe even more. I don't know, like, if it's proactive, correct, but they ask like 50,000 more. So it depends. You also can feel, do you have a space or opportunity to do that? But for me, it was so scary. So I decided that, okay, this 30,000 should be fine. So what I did, I actually, because on the first interview, I said I want to have not less than the salary that I have at university. So for you typically, when you change job, you don't want to go downgrade your salary. You always want to upgrade, right? So that's why, as a starting point for me, I knew that my education values this number in the university. And then, because I didn't have a company experience, for me it was kind of challenging to find this number, or like to estimate in statistics that is published on the internet. So for me it was like a bit challenging. I decided to use this one, and it's on the final interview. I will tell you also a story how I was starting with which salary I was starting. It's like, when I think about this, it's crazy. So okay, let's go back. Then he says me they want to offer me a job, but what salary do I want? So now we are in the stage of negotiating salary. And he is telling me that it will be, in addition, you will have a pension cover, so they will put money there. They will cover payment for the health insurance. They will cover phone bills. They will cover my home internet. They will provide me, of course, with office supplies, like with the laptop, screens, and so on. So, and then the salary, at that moment, I actually decided to go, and I said the number that was 30,000 Norwegian kroners plus to that number. And we always, when we negotiate a salary, we negotiate a salary per year. So we don't talk about months, week, or day, hour. No, we talk about salary per year. So when you will get an offer from Norwegian company, it typically stays salary per year. I think only for part-time job, it could be a salary per hour. I had such contracts on my hands. So then there it was a salary per hour, and you don't negotiate it, at least to my knowledge. But then what has happened? So I told him this number, and then when I received the contract, I actually received the contract with 20,000 on top of the amount that I asked for. And this also was written as salary for the trial period for half a year that I am having now, that I have this salary. And then after trial period will be done, my salary will increase again for 50,000. And then the next year after that, I think in every February, I will have a salary negotiation meeting with management in my company. So for me, it was like quite quick. And it actually has happened, but it doesn't mean that every single time you will be able to do that, or it will go. I know another case, negotiation of the salary was a bit different, because they provided a contract, then he sent to them response if it's possible to increase it for 20 or 30,000, something like that. And they said that unfortunately they are not able. This is also what is important to understand, that even if the company cannot, by some reasons, increase salary, you need to look on the other benefits that you will be getting. So for instance, it could be some bonuses. I don't have bonuses. I don't have stocks. So that's why don't only look on the numbers, but especially look on the pension. Like if you can ask questions regarding the pension. In the contract also, I would recommend you to take a look on the working hours. If it's possible to work remotely, depending on the type of job you have, and if it's important for you, you also can discuss it. So all of this is like very important, but this, like, remember that negotiation, you shouldn't be afraid to ask for a bit more, and if they cannot pay, they will tell you that. So it shouldn't be a reason why you got rejected if you are thinking about that. And I want to finish this video, I hope, with the funny story for you, or like learning lessons for me. When I started my search, it took me 3 months to find a job, but in the very beginning of the job, I was thinking that, okay, yes, I have a PhD, but I don't have experience working in the company, so it means that I need to go down in the salary. So I need to, in order just to make that move, that I need to accept a job with the smaller salary. This is wrong. Wrong. Don't allow to think yourself like that. So when I started my first interviews, this is what I was telling. I was like telling 100,000 Norwegian kroners per year less than I was earning at my university, and this was stupid. Then during the process of the interviews, I was getting really a lot of feedback how good I am, or how good stuff in like my experience, my knowledge that is so useful, that it actually kind of improved my self, like my confidence and trust in myself and my skills. So then when I went on the next interview, actually I decided to try to go a bit up, but it still was below my salary that I had at the university. So then after that interview, I also got even more positive feedback that I learned Norwegian, that I can speak Norwegian, how cool is that, all my experience with teaching, how useful it is when you talk to people, and so on and so on. And it's like that, it's impressive how much job I did. And when I was starting getting all of this feedback, I was like, wow, I actually should be able to earn at least the same amount that I'm doing now. Like, why not? I really, it's not like I was sitting on the sofa past 8 years and doing nothing. I actually was developing myself and investing a lot in myself, and time and money, everything. And then finally, after some number of the interviews, I got to the point that I said, okay, now I don't want to accept the offer if it will be less that I earn. It should be actually even more, but at least what I earn now. And this was for me like, I needed to go through all of these interviews just to understand this simple stuff. And I hope that this my honest story, or like what happened to me. And it's not that easy, you know, to tell people that you actually didn't have confidence in yourself and you started searching for a new job. Then the question is, why do you search for a new job, right? Yeah, but this is like my belief was that because I always worked in the university, that I will be valued less in the industry. And it was really like my strong belief inside. And I'm still fighting it even by today. Sometimes I'm feeling like this academic background, it's dragging me back. But in reality, I just need to learn to use it correctly. So we have experiences what we have, it makes us unique, it makes the way we think unique, and we need to learn to appreciate it. And this is what I still need to do. It's a long way. So I hope that this is useful for you. I'm still working on it. I will provide you in the next video information about salaries in Norway, at least some statistics on that. And after that, we will talk about taxes in Norway. So I hope it's useful for you, and don't forget to subscribe and ask your questions or your just thoughts in the comments. I honestly love to talk to you in the comments under my videos. This is the place to talk to me. Have a nice rest of your day and see you soon. Bye.